And welcome back everybody to the final video of this unit. Okay, so we're going to find another particular term of a binomial expansion, and this one is another commonly asked question on exams and things like that, and I just wanted to do one for you, or with you, so that you can see there's a method to this. Some people might use brute force. That would be fine too. In fact, I think we might have time to do it both ways, and so let's get right to it and get started. All right, so here's the question. Well, here's what we're being asked to do. Find the middle term in the expansion of x squared plus 1 to the 18th power. Now, first of all, for it to have a middle term, somebody might be saying, well, it's even. How's it going to have a middle term? But you got to remember there's always n plus 1 terms. So that means there's 19 terms. So there is a middle term, and they won't ask it if there's not. Okay, so the logic goes like this. There's a couple of ways of looking at this thing. If there's 19 terms, then the middle of that would be the 10th term, because on the 10th term you've got 9 on either side, right? 9 before it, 9 after it, so we're looking for the 10th term. So I'm going to write that down. We're looking for the 10th term. All right, that's the job we're doing. All right, now what might be helpful if we're looking for the 10th term would be this formula right here. You know, the more compact version I think makes some sense here. It tells me I can plug in, we already know that n is 18. Now the trouble is, what is the value of k? So we know that n is 18 here, and what would k be? Now, if you remember, this guy starts at 0. So at the 10th term, the value of k would actually be 9. So this could be calculated, I mean, in simplest terms here, we're looking at, 18, choose 9. And now we got to be careful here. We have an x squared as our a, and he's going to be raised to the, all right, n minus k, which would give us what, 9? And this, I'll write it in even though it's not going to have any consequence at all to this problem. 1, that's your b, raised to the 9 power, which is kind of silly to write, but we're going to write it just for purposes of showing how this thing works. And let's put us an equal sign there. Okay, so there's the calculation we need to do. Now, when I started working on this, I thought of another way to see it. Now, see if this makes some sense to you too. All right, so that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. And this calculates out to be, well, I'm getting off track here. So let's just finish this calculation. I've already calculated 18 choose 9. It turns out that it's 48,620. And then we're going to get, what, x to the 18th? All right, so that's the term we're looking for, and obviously 1 to the 9 is 1. So this is what we wanted. All right, so brute force. How could we have found this using brute force? Well, I could have gone to my y equals and put in here 18 math. Come on, math. Where are you at? Math. Choose x, and then you could go to your table, and now again you're going to have to apply that logic that you're looking for the 10th term. All right, so we would have, this is the first term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's that coefficient right there, that 48,000. And 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and there's your 19th term that we would know would be there. Okay, so that's another way to do it. And one more. I mean, there is actually one more way to do this that I thought about as I was writing this. I was going to say it a second ago, and then I kind of didn't want to miss the calculator brute force method. Another way to see this is, now remember this. One of the very first things we talked about was there's n plus 1 terms. Every one of the terms, the exponents sum to n. So if it's in the middle and it has to sum to n is 18, it would have to be 9 and 9. That's the only way it's going to happen. So that might be a faster trick. Well, that tells you the value of k right away. All right, so it would be 18, choose 9, and these guys would become 9 right out of the gate. That's probably the quickest way if you see it that way. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope that's helpful for you. And welcome to the end of Unit 8. We're going to do probability and statistics next, and we'll get started on that in some videos, and I hope they're going to be helpful too, and I've enjoyed these videos, by the way, guys. I hope you do, and I hope they're helpful for you. So, see you all in stat and probability.